At first very onset, it is interesting to note that the contract asset 8072 does not define a term agency directly. However, upon analyzing and the definition of the agent or principal provided in the asset, one can be able to find out constitution element of agency. The agent authority nature of the agent authorities may be of the two time of have been mentioned in section 186, which authority of the agent may be expressed to implied. Thus is the appears that an agent may have two following two types of authorities: express authority, implied authority. What is the express authority? Section 87 defined in the clear term, and that authority is said to be expressed when is given by word spoken or written. What is the implied authority? Section of 87 defined implied authority by the saying that authority is said to be implied when it is to be inferred from the curriculum stand of the case in thing spoken or written, or the ordinary courses of the dealings may be accountant circulation of the case. Section 87 further adds the following illustrations is the make of the concept of implied authority cleaners. The illustration of the follows: he owns a shop of the leaving home of this to the Canada from the visiting for the stop occasionally. The shop is the marriage to buy the bee, and he habit ordinary goods from the Canadian in the names of for the purpose of the shop, and applying for them out a foundation purpose of the shop with the knowledge has been implied authority from the orders good in the names of the purpose in stop. Extent of the agent authorities has been described in section 188.2 of the illustration added to the therewith. Section 188 says agent having the authority to be an asset has authority to be every lawful thing which is necessary order to the such asset. And agent having authority is carry of the business has the authority is every lawless thing necessary for the purpose of the illustration of the usually done of the course of the concept conducting such business. Illustration is the employed of the British teaching London to recover at the Canada's debate to be due to the BA may adopt the legal process necessary from the purpose of the recovering in the debate, and may give research for the same, and constitute his be agent of the carry one of the business of ship launders, and reverses timer to the asset of materials of the higher workmen for the purpose carrying of the business. Thus the appearance that the agent of the authority of the limits up to be lawfulness of the things at done exciting that authorities it has been clearly indicated that the agent does not have the authority to be illegal asset even of the doing so becomes necessary in order to further the purpose of the agency or the for of the beneficial interest of the principal. Furthermore, of this using for the words every lawful asset, lawyers does not intend of the authorize and agent to do the everything in practice, rather in the intention of the legislators in the permit to agent to do every lawful asset which of the reasonable required to be done, and what of the responsible required to do. Obviously, a question in fact Agent authority is the NFD is an emergency apart from the above authorization and the law of the given of the agent special authority in case of the emergency section of the 1897 for the agent of authority in agency for the success asset for the purpose protecting for the principal from loss to will be done of the person ordinarily produce in his own case under the initiation of the similarly circulation. And agent for the sale of the goods requirement of it is be necessary consigned prevision to be candidates with the direction of the them of the immediately and to the Hong Kong for the breeze mail of the prevision of the with is not bear journey to the without of the spoiling. Declaration agents of the generally agent cannot be declared of the someone at the agency wish of the agreed to carry out. However, under the certain